I want to talk about Method in Madness, which is the little baby micro experimental distillery inside of Middleton. It's funny because their little baby micro distillery is like 7 times the size of Crowded Barrels stills, but still it's small compared to Middleton, you know? And what's so cool about it was that this huge Irish distillery has still taken so much care to protect being on the front edge of innovation and creativity. But this one specifically is bourbon aged, pot still, which in Ireland that means it has a percentage of unmalted barley, and there's a minimum percentage of unmalted barley that has to be in the mash bill. Aged in used bourbon barrels, and then moved into virgin Hungarian oak. It's actually a different oak strain. So there's like Quercus alba, Quercus, and this is Quercus petrea, which is virgin Hungarian oak. And it's in the nose, you immediately get that dense buttered pastry shortbread cookie that you get from Pot Still Irish, or that I get from Pot Still Irish. But there's also sort of a dry tannin floating through there. And so it makes that buttercream seem, instead of liquidy and rich and decadent, it makes that shortbread seem sort of like dry, like a Chardonnay instead of a Sauvignon Blanc. There's a lot of pear and maybe honeyed apple, but still behind all of it, there's this sort of bedrock of dryness that I think is probably coming from that new Hungarian oak tannin. So this has sort of a split approach to me when I sip it, which is it starts as classic pot still and then transitions into something totally different, and you get all these little micro explosions of black pepper, zest, and tannin sort of popping around. Wow, this might be my favorite Method in Madness that I've tried, because it adds that sort of X factor, unexpected turn that somehow makes the whole thing seem more interesting instead of a left turn that takes you away from what you loved. That's really good. The finish is soft oil and buttercream, still has a lingering dryness in the palate. Again, probably those tannins. I'm a huge fan of what they're doing. I'm a huge fan that a brand that big takes time to innovate. And I think that should be encouraged and protected.